Alright, we're going to do this quick video on getting started with vocal synths for original songs. Um, this is going to be a part of a series where in parts 2 and 3 we go about how to actually come up with instrumentals and what have you. But you need a Vocaloid or vocal synth bank, which is going to be your actual singer, and you also need a software to run it with. Each bank is only available for its specific software that it's programmed for. So, for example, Avana is only available for official Vocaloid products, which is because she is a Vocaloid 3 bank. Currently, Vocaloid is in its gen is Vocaloid 6, no, 7, or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, but Avana is only available on the official Vocaloid software. Likewise, Solaria is only available for the the official not official. Solaria is only available for synthesizer V. So it can only run on the synthesizer V Studio editor. So you can clearly see that every back is only compatible for its engine, and you have to get the editor for that engine. Let's get started. My name is Winterman P. I play lead guitar in 2 bands. 1 Minute Winter is a rock/metal variety style multi-genre band. We've done a lot of different styles: Eurobeat, drum and bass, metalcore, thrash metal. We've done a little bit of power metal as well. We've done a lot of different styles, but it's taken a backseat at the moment. Remove the Defender is a chess-themed band playing a style that is a 50-50 blend between technical death metal and 2000s era metalcore revival. Talon and I operate both bands, same people, different name, different style. Although some of the OG Western metal vocal pieces such as Blackbird and Scythe of Luna have returned, we are still the longest running of the bunch, if you count solely the vocal synth years. I mean, Cephide is still active, but he has kind of moved on to real singers, and we're all really bitter because he got the chance that nobody else did, and that really sucks. Especially us, when we have when we've been working on stuff for longer. Well, not longer. We've been working on a lot more stuff at a time, and we've been really struggling for that much longer to get our name out, and he just basically lucked out, and it's just super unfair. Anyway, we have been active since 2015, and we have been featured on a number of articles and have been nominated for a few awards. We've already talked about those in the previous video. Okay, so what are the software that are available, the software franchises that are available? Candidate 1 is Synthesizer V. This is the franchise that is currently hot on the market. Is it a good franchise for what it is? Definitely not. It actually makes things that much more difficult, especially when several words have so many different ways to pronounce it, especially different dialects and what have you, and they definitely have different ways to pronounce certain things, and it's Vocaloid does a really good job at deciphering them. Other franchises just do not. And because of that, especially because in Synthesizer V you have to write the words out first, and then you have to add the plus or minuses if you if you want if you want the pitch to drift in the same syllable and into the notes, which they act like hammer-ons and pull-offs and on guitar pretty much, and and pluses if you want to, and pluses if you want to move on to the next syllable and what have you. It's really finicky, and like you often need AI retakes over and over again, and like lots of people say you don't have to do much tuning to like get it to sound good. I beg to differ. I end up noticing that a lot of the automatic tuning they do it wrong, and I often end up having to like fix everything, having to like wrangle like the whole like I ended up having to like rip apart the whole like original like file, and then just mangling a note and every note, and doing a whole bunch of stuff with it. It was just it using this software is a nightmare. This franchise has a lot of Chinese and Japanese banks if you want Chinese or Japanese original songs, but unless you're going to do hip hop and EDM, like, why would you? Most of the genres, they have their songs in English, and for English bands, you only have Solaria, 90, and Havoc, and that's it. Which makes everything that much worse because when you hear them sing, you immediately know it's them. It's one of the worst franchises to spend money on, but beggars can't be choosers. Candidate 2, Vocaloid or TuneLab. Apparently, TuneLab is compatible with all other Vocaloid like software, but I haven't used TuneLab in the past. Um, I've stuck with Vocaloid 5 and 6 editors, and those have worked tremendously well. This engine is only good for the popular legacy banks, but the said banks sound too anime and quirky, and the quality is extremely lackluster. And unless you're going to just make Hatsune Miku covers just for like the views and clicks and what have you, just don't bother. Like for originals, the banks they use are just flat out awful because they were recorded over a decade ago. Despite what many will have you believe, the Vocaloid editor is actually pretty solid for what it is. The backs themselves are what's lackluster. And the backs really are lackluster. They really are terrible. If they just made more banks for this franchise, I would have stuck with this franchise wholeheartedly. But alas, everyone's abandoned this franchise since forever ago. I genuinely you kept hoping that they would make new banks for this franchise, but there hasn't been any, and that's all the more like salt in the wound. This is the one franchise that actually has any potential whatsoever, and people are just people are just shying away from it. And the real problem with this franchise, especially, is that the prices have gone up like tremendously, and that really just sucks. It's just horrible because like the prices the, like the users have given up because of the steep price tag, and because of that the companies have given up, and like it's gone on to a vicious cycle. It's just horrible. Candidate 3, OpenUTAU. I would not touch this franchise with a 10-foot pole. Why? Too much politics. Way too much politics. You have to ask permission to use a bank, whichever bank you get to use, you have to ask for permission of the bank's owner to use on an original. And original songs are usually considered commercial use, and because of that, most people just won't let you straight up. And that's what sucks about it, because that alone just cuts off 99% of the franchise from you entirely. That means your only options for banks are like what? Hitsune Kumi and Miyo. Those are like the only two options you have left. They're decent options, but that's all you get. Again, I would not touch this franchise with a 10-foot pole. There are other candidates as well, such as Alter Ego, but Alter Ego is just flat out rubbish. And the reason why I didn't include CeVIO on here is CeVIO requires a Japanese address and phone number. I mean, you can try to get it without it, but you have to go through a proxy like shipping service, and nearly all of them are scams. And this is how I wound up having to like fight PayPal about it, and PayPal is usually seller sided, but because those guys just fumbled the bag so bad that I actually got my refund. That's how bad this whole CeVIO thing is. Just don't bother. In part 2, we're going to talk about how to put together the instrumental. To put together an instrumental, you need instruments, but not just VST instruments. You need some as well, but like lots of people will try to put together an instrumental with mostly like free plugins. With synthesizers, it's kind of possible, but with drums, it's obviously not. For drums, you definitely need Superior Drummer. You have to spend money on it. There's just no way around it. And also, you probably need either Djinnbass or Nolly Bass Library. Those two things. Either one of those two things. But other than that, I've made it work with free like synthesizer plugins like Synth 1. I've just barely made that work at one point, but other than that, like you definitely need VST instruments, but what you also need are actual instruments. You're going to need an electric guitar. And in part 2, not only are you going to learn how to record the electric guitar, but you're also going to learn what guitar to buy. Okay. Have fun. See you in part 2.